Hello guys, today is day 7 of the Flats and Handwashing challenge. Last day, for me, pretty much all over because I just sent my kids to bed and they are in normal diapers now. So the topic for today is how did it go and what did I learn? So how it went pretty surprisingly easy, I think. The only thing I was really worried about as far as the challenge goes is rotating the covers fast enough, which proved to not be a problem at all. I would definitely recommend, though, anybody who's starting a stash, 3 covers is doable. Not comfortably doable, but doable. Easier than I thought. But definitely something you want to stash up at least six covers. As far as what I've learned, I think the thing that stood out to me most was that last year when I did this challenge, I did it with 2 in diapers. It was my daughter and my son, and it was I didn't really restrain myself as far as the stash goes because it just seemed like really overwhelming just to do it, and then especially if I were to restrain my stash. But what stood out to me was that this year actually seemed more challenging than last year. But last year, using flats was actually kind of a norm for me a little bit as far as my son goes. Sort of with my daughter, except I tried to use just covers with her as opposed to pockets stuffed with the flats. But this year seemed harder just in that I really wanted to use my washer. Knowing that I have that convenience that's there and that I can't use it, it's kind of like when you're on a diet and there's a chocolate cake sitting in front of you kind of thing. And I think that's interesting because when I began cloth diapering, I didn't have a functioning washer. Or, okay, it functioned, but I couldn't use it. For draining problems, but doing it seemed pretty easy. It was my norm, you know, hand washing diapers and laundry was normal. So this year it's interesting that it seemed more challenging in that I had the access to my washer and I couldn't use it, and that in and of itself presented that like chocolate cake on a diet kind of situation where it was like, oh, I could just do that and it would just be so much easier. Other than that, the challenge, like as far as the challenge itself, was pretty easy. And I do have some pretty, like, I guess okay, I'm at a brain fart for words, but like my circumstances allow it to be easier for me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So that gives me, it's for me to be able to incorporate a 15-minute additional wash routine into either my morning or evening is much easier than for someone who has a very, very busy schedule, who may have older kids who are involved in a lot of extracurriculars or whatever. But I still think that this is something that anybody who is physically capable of doing it and is willing can do. I think anybody who is a parent knows that when things happen in life and you have to accommodate for your kids, even if it seems like it won't work, you make it work. You get in instances where you have to make it work. And I think anybody in a diaper crisis can make this work. It's my opinion, my belief that it's something that could be made to work if you are physically able. Obviously, if you are severely handicapped, it's not, hand washing diapers is not going to be like something that's for you. But from what I learned from this year, it just seemed mentally harder to keep up just because of knowing I have those conveniences. So nothing super spectacular as far as like, oh, I learned this wonderful thing about hand washing or anything. The only thing as far as actually the challenge goes is that 3 covers works. You can do it. It does require washing as you go. Towel rolling helped for drying, expediting drying, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I look forward to, okay, maybe next year doing the challenge. It really depends on my son if he's potty training by then or not, but it's interesting because, you know, each year it's going to be different each time, you know, different children, different circumstances, etc. And it's eye-opening how even within my own life, different circumstances in my own life impacts my perspective of the challenge. That's always interesting. So I look forward to maybe doing it next year. And if you're interested, you can go ahead and subscribe because I am going to be posting some more videos. I've got a lot of people who are asking me to post about ways you can repurpose flats. So I'm compiling my list of ideas and I'm going to hopefully be able to compile a video. And I'm also planning on doing a video on why my favorite method of cloth diapering is pre-folds and covers as opposed to all-in-ones and etc., etc. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to follow along, I also post on the Facebook page for my local cloth diaper drive, Plum Bum Diapers. That link is also in the description box. If you're interested in helping somebody, the Giving Diapers Giving Hope is no longer accepting applications at this point because they are just so overwhelmed by applications, and they'll take physical donations if you have any used diapers to get rid of, or they'll even take cash donations. Any amount you can give helps. It's wonderful to know families are realizing this is an option for them if they need help. It's sad to know so many people need help that it's literally overwhelming the system. So if you can give anything, that link is also in the description box as well. So, I mean, otherwise you can help out on a more local basis by simply just reaching out. Be that person that people can contact if they need help, or if you have things to give away, you can also just provide that for a family that you know needs the help and needs the diapers. And you can always, there's always a need. You can always find it. The easiest way is through Facebook pages, just going and saying, hey, does anybody need help? So thanks for watching. It's been a fun week. I hope that anybody else who did the challenge had a successful week, and it's going to be really fun to see the results once they all get compiled and posted. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.